Hello, good people. Spot of Nerd here with a brand new episode that, quite frankly, I'm shocked because with Apple TV, in relation to providing content that actually is decent and is worth watching, and I can honestly say, hand on my heart, it's really, really good. From a sci-fi perspective, we're going to talk about The Gorge, and I have to be blunt, the execution was disastrous in terms of how they filmed it. We'll get into that, but I can't deny the story and I can't deny the effects, and I just can't deny the fact that Apple TV did this, because I'm not truly dogging on Apple TV. I'm really not, but they don't exactly bring out a lot of great content. Some of it's mediocre, some of it's okay, some of it, what on God's green earth were you thinking about? But ultimately, with The Gorge, this is probably Apple TV's first attempt at bringing you a sci-fi film that was different, unique, pretty decent dialogue, decent cinematography. Otherwise, check it out right now on Apple TV, because it also stars Rooster from Maverick and my personal favorite on this channel that you all love and hate, Furiosa 2. Now, the usual suspects. If you haven't already, I would love you guys so much. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button right down below. Give me the likes, give me the comments. Tell me your thoughts. Have you seen it yet? Supposedly The Gorge, not.
You got your ball, you got your chain tied to me, tight.
Not that one. Some of you might be more familiar with it if you live in Washington. Not that Gorge. It's a different Gorge. So yeah, long story short, supposedly this has been like one of Apple TV's greatest movie introduction things. There's words for this type of stuff for streaming service. It's like it's one of the most popular films that Apple TV has ever brought out in terms of viewership or something. So dip my hat, credit where it's due. But like I said in the beginning, again, there has been far more misses with Apple TV than there has been successes, in my view. You had that one with Henry Cavill.
How I wish you were here to capture my heart, not simply to capture me, Agent Argyle.
That was, I literally could watch paint dry and be more entertained. There was the one with Brad Pitt and George Clooney, which I think about 5 of y'all watched.
You got blood on your sweater.
There are some good television series. To this day, Ted Lasso is still in their top 3 to top 5 most watched series daily. As in, they continue to bring out new content, but a show that came out half a decade ago is still your top streaming content, which kind of tells you something in relation to backing up what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's The Gorge. It was something different. It was something unique. Spoilers, just a heads up, I will be giving them here. If you don't want to know, look away, come back, go watch it, etc., so on and so forth. Quick synopsis: you literally have a giant gorge in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. You've got snipers, Furiosa and Rooster from Maverick, and they're supposed to protect what comes out of this gorge. So you're probably wondering, what the fuck is in this gorge? Is it demons? Is it monsters? Nope. It's apparently Treebeard.
We only just finished saying good morning.
From Lord of the Rings, except there's a lot of Treebeards, so like the forests of Isengard apparently come out of the earth, and it's up to Rooster and Furiosa to make sure that they don't escape because they're mutated. Okay, here's the biggest spoiler. You come to find out that they're mutated ex-soldiers, and there was just horrible experiments. There were these crazy experiments done, and humans, they're like the DNA meshed with trees, and hence the tree beard. Like literally these people look like Treebeard from Lord of the Rings.
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
But it is actually, I gotta give them credit. The CGI, it wasn't half bad. Where I'm going with the execution just being absolutely tragic, there are definitely a lot more cringe scenes in relation to, like, obviously Rooster and Furiosa develop a love bond, even though they have what supposedly they set their characters up to be to have zero personalities. They start communicating with each other via, like, you know, old school fucking, what's it, Love Is Actually, you know, like, hey, what's your name? Hi, it's your birthday.
Good evening, Drassa. Even though I'm not supposed to be here.
Poorly done. And you can definitely tell whenever they're on screen, whenever it's Rooster and or Furiosa, you know it's a blue screen. That's where, I mean, when you see the action sequences, when they're obviously trying to defeat the Isengard Treebeard people, you know, you can definitely tell what's cinema, you know, what CGI and what is a blue screen. That is kind of off-putting because the majority of it is shot in front of a blue screen, and it's very unrealistic. So I won't give you credit, Apple TV, on that, like, especially if you're gonna make movies like this in the future. I will give you the credit on the story. It's something different, it's something unique. At the same time though, like I said, the weirdest part is I'm almost contradicting myself because obviously, you know, Rooster, he tries to go back and forth so he can physically meet Furiosa. The line that he does, it's like he shoots this line across the gorge to where he could zip line across back and forth, and of course that breaks, so he falls into this creepy, you know, Silent Hill-esque type environment where all the Treebeards live. I'm just calling them Treebeards. But that part was really, really good. And I have to give them credit to this because, you know, the first 40 minutes, this is a 2-hour film, by the way, just over 2 hours. The first 40 minutes are kind of setting up these characters, Furiosa and Rooster, very poorly, by the way, just in terms of they're not really providing a lot of details. The dialogue is very mundane. It's very dry. But you're wondering what this whole gorge is all about. You come to find out once they get there that the guy that was there before was there for a whole year on his own. And then of course they kill him, even though he thinks he's going home, they're just gonna kill him. So you're like, oh my god, they're gonna kill Rooster and Furiosa once their duty is over, you know, blah blah blah. But obviously they fall in because they fell in love with each other. The moment that Rooster falls into the pit, the gorge, I should say, she obviously leaps right after him because, as you can imagine, quote, like a Love Actually comment, you would have done the same thing for me. It's those type of scenes, it's that type of dialogue in this film that are very cringe, are very just, oh god, you were actually doing something great in the last 10 minutes and you just ruined it with that one scene or that one comment. The first action sequence that we get with the Treebeard people is pretty badass. It's nighttime. They're just kind of communicating with each other via their Love Actually cards. And then all of a sudden, you know, she's like, look down, and you just see the Treebeards climbing up the wall, and obviously all hell breaks loose. They start shooting them and mines are going off. It's pretty badass. Secondary, like I said, once at the end of the movie when they fall into the pit, this Silent Hill-esque type gorge where you start to learn more about what these people are or what they were and how it all happened. The CGI is really well done. Yes, they're on a blue stage. Yes, they're in front of blue screen, but the characters of these creepy DNA fused creepy-esque insane Treebeard like people, it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna deny that. It really is. And obviously they end the film by, you know, the nuclear option, because Rooster and Furiosa, they do find out that, you know, they're not gonna make it out alive, so they sabotage everything. But luckily, thanks to the government, I guess, which is kind of weird for me to say that, but, you know, they have the nuclear option where if all hell breaks loose, a nuclear bomb is going to drop in there and it's going to take out the whole thing. Because ultimately what they wanted to do is they wanted to create super soldiers. So because that they were going to get killed off, Rooster and Furiosa, they basically get to a point of like, let's just drop this fucking bomb and fucking shit. You know, the cliche, it's going to get wiped out no matter what. The corporate side, even though they think they've got them on the run, they don't, because it's Rooster, it's Furiosa, it's just what they do. But then again, the ending, it's just very poorly done, because now that they're in love and, you know, the nuclear bomb went off, obviously Furiosa gets away, but we don't know what happened to Rooster. And at the end of the film, they're in Italy somewhere, or France, and they're at a restaurant. It's the Love Actually shit. It's, now that I'm thinking about it, it's just such bullshit in relation to, like, he's sitting at a table and he holds up a sign that says like, I'll take the pie, or some bullshit like that, because apparently that's just what they do. It's really just, these are where those movies fail on an epic regard in relation to the writing and, like I say, the dialogue. You had such a great story, such a great concept. You even actually filmed it, minus the blue screen, pretty well. It's a different story, it's a different sci-fi take on things, but it's those moments that kill it. It's the moments where you know it's a blue screen that kill it. It's the moments where every scene between Rooster and Furiosa is with a cue card and it's Love Actually. It's just stupid. That's really all I can say, is it's just stupid. But all credit where it's due, and I'll wrap this episode up. I actually recommend you go and watch this Gorge film. It really is good, and it's so good, in fact, you're gonna think this is weird, but coming from Spot of Nerd, I would give this 3 cups of tea out of 4 from yours truly, Spot of Nerd. 3 cups of tea, because it really is unique. It's something different, and I know I'm a broken record. That's what this channel is all about. We're all about broken records. It was something different. And I have to give Apple TV, I dip my hat. You guys gave us something unique, something we haven't seen before. I mean, I'm sure we've seen it somewhere, but it's pretty good. Minus, if you can get away, if you can look beside the cringe blue screen dialogue situation, it's not fucking bad. It's kind of weird. And that's that. I would just say go check it out if you want something to watch. I super appreciate everybody that got this far. If you have, let me know. Seriously, let me know your thoughts in the comments if you've seen it, if you're gonna see it. I'd love to know. Let's talk about it, and we'll just wrap it up. So thank you guys so much for watching. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single one of you, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Laters, y'all. To give you just one more little quick brief, the execution on how it's pretty bad in some of these scenes, some cringe-worthy scenes. You know, in the very beginning of the film, they are introducing you to Furiosa, and of course, she's a sniper, Rooster's a sniper. So there's a new show called The Jackal. It's on Peacock, or something Jackal. It's got the guy who did the prequel Harry Potter films. It's an incredible series, I will admit, and maybe we'll go over that sometime soon here. It's like a 10-episode series on Peacock, something with a jackal. He's a sniper, blah, 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 blah. It's one of those series where it was 10 episodes, it could have been 5, because there's a lot of filler in there, but when it does get to the actual story, it's pretty darn good. The reason I bring that up is because when they're introducing you to Furiosa in this Gorge film, of course, she is sniping somebody. She's obviously got a job to do, and she's sniping somebody. And this is where it's really poorly executed. And I've said that word 1,000 times now, but that's just what we do here on this channel, Spot of Nerd. When she snipes this person from like 3 miles out, not an ounce of blood, not an ounce of brain matter, blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing, I'm not looking for blood or guts, but with the Jackal, when he snipes somebody, you see brain splatter and blood splatter out the back of their head because a bullet is going through it. When you fire a bullet through somebody's head, there is going to, no matter what, from a physics, from a biological standpoint, there's going to be brain matter that comes out of the back of one's head when a bullet goes through it. It's just what happens when you snipe somebody. Just look at any video game ever made. So that is just one of those little pieces to this film that I wish they did a little bit better, because number one, they could have. Obviously, I'm probably assuming they needed to keep it for like a PG rating or something like that, but ultimately, as much as this was a great film, I wish those little details would have been added to make it an even better film. Just my 2 cents.